Event 3 of the BeamNG Monster Jam Series West Division heads to the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Last week in Houston, Colin T got redemption in Gravedigger, who will strike and win in Tacoma to increase their points position. It's all happening next.
It's about that time, so put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world who's number one. Number one, pull it up to the line, let's do it. Let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through it. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Yeah, cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot, rock the spot, make it hot. Cause it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that time. It's been a long time.
3 events remain for the BeamNG Monster Jam Series West drivers until we get to the World Finals in Las Vegas, and we head to the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington for the 3rd event, basically the midpoint of these West driver seasons. I'm Joe Rikeski, alongside me Trey Bartow, and this is definitely a unique track like we've seen so far out on the West Division in these tours. There's different obstacles. You have some double stacks, some cars, and a unique backflip ramp in the middle of the course. What do you expect to see for these drivers here tonight in Tacoma?
Well, this track definitely is one of a kind here. A lot of opportunities to make some unique moves out of this place. Always that single jump that's getting a reputation, a couple of single cars and a backflip ramp. So I think these drivers are going to utilize everything they can and put on some good runs. And
that pod is maybe one of the most unique and just a lot of different angles to go about. There's a lot of different ways and different obstacles within that pod. It's going to be a fun show to watch for sure here for the 3rd West event of the BeamNG Monster Jam Series. So go take a look at our 14 truck field for freestyle here in Tacoma, Washington. The first truck out will be BigFoot Anthony Hernandez. Then you have Jester with Hunter Reed. And then week 1 winner Metal Militia and Brennan Soderland.
We have Air Force Afterburner with Evan Hunter, El Toro Loco with Mathis Wells, and Monster Ending driven by Riley Spurley too.
Then next out, BroDozer Cody Anderson. In Titan, we have Samet Oskin. And with Bad Company, that is Nathan Stapleton.
In Black Pearl, we have Laura Chung, Son of a Digger, is driven by Jake Galloway, and Obsessed is Zach Antizana.
Then the final 2 trucks to take the course. 2-time runner-up this season, Blue Thunder Zach Fitzwater Sr., and last week's winner, Gravedigger and Colin Teague. Here we go, ready to kick off the event. And the first truck out, it is BigFoot and Anthony Hernandez. His teammates have done pretty well so far this week. Obviously, Minnick went out first in the East and hung on pretty well. And then we saw, obviously, in the Central with Keyshawn Richardson getting a decent score. So we'll see if Hernandez can keep this BigFoot momentum going. And we'll start with the pike, see all the different variations you can hit off that obstacle. There will be a lot of moves being made with that for sure.
Yeah, it definitely seems like all the the obstacles and jumps and everything are really packed in there, and then on the outsides you have a lot of room to turn your truck around or get some extra area if you really need to. So we'll have to see how the drivers end up utilizing that space.
There's a lot of room to escape here in the Tacoma Dome, so watch out for that. Some nice air over the pod again, lands it nicely and pulls it into a little bit of a slap wheelie across the stadium floor. There's where that room comes into play. As you mentioned, he can pull that slap wheelie out without having to worry about running into an obstacle because there were no obstacles in front of him at that point. As he pulls it into another nice slap wheelie, look at that, right on the tailgate across the stadium floor.
He's definitely doing a good job so far, especially for being the first truck out with this unique looking track. Some nice air off the racing lane there. He's going to turn it around, possibly out that crush card. No, he's not. He's going to go for that little, I guess you would consider that a double jump there, straight into the pod section, and then hits the single jump. But luckily, that one doesn't mess him up too bad.
And 30 seconds remain for Anthony Hernandez and the BigFoot. Where is he going to go next? Looks like maybe to the backflip ramp. The first truck out, the first one to go for it. It kicks him up and over onto the rear end hard, onto one wheel, onto the side, but he pulls it back down with now 15 seconds left. A great save by the BigFoot truck of Anthony Hernandez.
Very nice combination move there off the backflip into the one-wheel wheelie. Watch out for that wall there. He's going to get it turned around after hitting that pod section there with 5 seconds remaining. He's going to get about one more hit left. Nice sky wheelie off that jump on the pod section, puts it right back down. Looks like he's going to give a little bit for the fans here as well.
The 90 seconds expires, but he wants to go more. Some cyclones here at the end of the run. Don't hit the wall. He's going to keep it out of it and does a great job. So a great job by BigFoot Anthony as the first truck out. That's going to set the bar pretty decently high in this event to start us out here in Tacoma.
Yeah, for the first run out, this was a very nice run. I mean, for a wow factor, I guess you could include that backflip here, but with the save-wise of a wow factor, I don't think you really hit that box. But nevertheless, I mean, this was a pretty solid first run.
And that great save right there off of the backflip. And then this final move right here, as there are some tires packed into that dirt, he goes straight up and down on top of the pod and lands it beautifully and keeps it on going for the fans. And the score is the first truck out, a 23. So that is a very, very decent score, which could definitely set him inside the top 5 depending on how all the other drivers fare throughout this freestyle. As next out, the second truck out, Chester and Hunter Reed wants to rebound after the bad day he had at the NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas.
We'll have to see what he can do. Some nice air already starting off with his first hit of the night on that pod section. They lands a little bit hard on that right front there, but nothing that truck can't handle at all. They always have it well built. Completely demolishes that single crush car there. Looks like those things were made out of paper.
My goodness, that car just crumpled up like it wasn't even there at some points. And I mean, Hunter Reed starting out pretty big here in the Jester truck and pulling to a nice wheelie in between the single jump and the pod. I mean, there was very little room for error right there, and he was able to do that perfectly.
I don't think that could have been done any better than he just did right there. What a great placement of that truck there into another little slap wheelie there. And he's going to kind of hit the back of the racing lane. So far, he's been building some great momentum here. But, you know, we're going to see some big air or something out of him as he gets a little bit of air off that double jump straight into the other end of it.
He'll go to the pod now, get some nice air off it, noses it down into the ground. He'll turn around before he gets to that wall. He has about 30 seconds left to go. A little bit bigger here in this freestyle run. Obviously, BigFoot set the bar pretty high starting out. We'll see if Chester and Hunter Reed can do something with that. As he almost destroys the other crush car on the other side of the floor.
I don't think there's going to be any crush cars left after this run. A little sideways off that jump there. He's going to go straight into that single jump. Nicely done there. With about 15 seconds remaining here, we'll have to see what he can do with that final time.
Looks like he's going to go to where BigFoot ended the run. A nice sky wheelie off of that again. Lands a little bit sideways there and onto 2 wheels. Can he pull it back down? He's on his lid trying to get back over, but it won't come over. So Jester and Hunter Reed will end on his lid. However, he does fill the 90 seconds. So that checks that box of filling the clock. But did he have enough to beat BigFoot and Anthony? We're going to find out. Let's take a look at some replays first, though.
I mean, this run definitely has, you know, all the moves to take the lead from BigFoot there with this last move here. You know, got it up on 2 wheels. He was going to save it here, and then he ended up going over the other side of that pod there and try to gun it, but that ramp, the other side of the ramp just got in his way.
We'll see what the scores are for Chester Hunter Reed. It's going to be a 21 there, so 2 points short of BigFoot's. Not very surprising there. They had pretty similar runs. Maybe Chester's just a little bit worse. According to the judges, maybe 2 judges gave him 1 point less, and those points can mean a big difference. I mean, if everyone gives you 1 point less, then you are 3 points down. As next out, week 1 winner, Metal Militia, Brendan Sarland, did not have the run in Houston he won. Maybe could have won it if he could have filled the full 90 seconds. He looks like he's on full attack starting out, and he'll pull into some nice cyclones here early on.
Yeah, he definitely, halfway through his run last week, definitely looked like he was building up to take the win here, but caught up in an accident there. So we'll have to see what he can do this week, if he can carry that same momentum and start out as big as he did.
Looks like he's trying to do that right now as he's going to go to that 1 ramp in between the double and the backflip. Nice air. He'll pull into wheelie over the pod, noses it down, but he's in trouble as he lands onto 1 wheel up, pulls it back out. A great save for Brendan Sarland and the Metal Militia truck.
An amazing save by Metal Militia there. Nicely done. He's going to go look for the backside of that racing lane. Some nice air over there. Doesn't really pop your truck up there to get a sky wheelie out of that. So we'll have to see what drivers are going to have to do off of that. Little cross thread section off that double jump there straight into the pod section. He's going to go upside down again. Go for a little bit of a tumble there. Put it into a wheelie and save it again.
What a great save. He'll pull into wheelie again. He'll go to the racing lane. Hit that a little bit crooked. Oh, he's into the wall. And I think they're going to shut him down for that. So that's going to be with about 22 seconds remaining. The truck has been shut down. We'll see if they let him refire. He has those 22 seconds to remain, and he definitely doesn't want to end it short like he did last week.
No, definitely not. So far, this run has been magnificent. Definitely, you know, in my opinion, is going to take the lead if he can fill out the final 17 seconds of the time. Looks like he's going to line up for the other side of that backflip ramp. Kind of kicked him off backwards completely. No. He's going to be upside down, and I don't think he's going to pull out of this.
Oh, my
He is going to pull out of this.
What a save. That wheel gripped and he came back up onto the crush car he goes. And that will end out the time for Brendan Sarland and Metal Militia. And you have to think that that's going to take the lead away from BigFoot and Anthony Hernandez.
I think these judges are going to give him a pretty high score there as he's going to stuff it into that crush car there and just completely stop him.
I think there's metal down there that they put the crush car in to try and hold it in place, and I think it just tore some of the tires apart. We'll see on the replay if we got a better angle of it, but he has so many moves during this run. This is the first save he has as he pulls it into a wheelie up over the pod, and he gets up onto one wheel and is able to pull it out right here. You see the nose down into that ramp at the top, kind of the top of that ramp, and he'll just pull it on a wheel, hit the gas, and get it back down to all fours, and then he had another save over the pod as well.
Yeah, you can see this nice little jump over the double jump there, and he's just going to nail it here. When he landed it, it got him a little sideways there, and then he just hit the other side of it, put him upside down. But, I mean, luckily enough, the truck just kind of saved itself here. As you can see, the truck put itself into a little bit of a wheelie there, and then I think once he gets back down, he kind of steps on it and puts it into a slap wheelie, so nicely done by him.
And there's that backflip that you said that maybe he wasn't going to be able to pull out of this one, but he somehow proved you wrong. I didn't think he was going to either right here as it bounced over onto the back end and then onto its side, and I think he just guns it right there. Look at that. And it just grips enough to pull him over.
I was not expecting that truck to get back on the all four wheels, but like you said, he did prove me wrong, and I love it when people do that. They're right here. Yeah, it looks like there's some metal there or something. Just, oh my goodness, that has to destroy everything on that truck.
Yeah, the right side of that truck completely gone. We'll see what the scores are for Brendan Sarland. A 22. That is very interesting there. That's going to put him in second behind BigFoot. We'll have to see what the call is from the judges there, but next out, Air Force Afterburner and Evan Hunter.
Evan might want to be a little cautious there as he judges. Looks like they're a bit strict like they have been all season, but, you know, I'm going to keep my own opinion to myself there. But so far, some nice air off the backside of that racing lane by Evan. And
we'll see where he goes next to that one little ramp right there. Pulls it into a nice air there, but landed hard, but somehow saved it. That could have been disaster for Evan Hunter, who has not had a great season, did miserably out in El Paso, then did just sub-average at Houston, looking to try and do better here in Tacoma to turn the season around. He, at this rate, won't make the World Finals if he doesn't pick it up here as he gets some nice air over the double and pulls him to a nice wheelie onto the back tailgate.
So far, he's doing everything he needs to. Has some great momentum, some nice moves going on. He just has to keep it together for the final 40 seconds of this run. He's going to kind of cross-thread the pod section and get a little bit sideways. He's going to put it on its nose, bring it right back down. A nice save by him and go straight into the little crush cars there.
That was a great save by Evan Hunter there in the Air Force Afterburner. 30 seconds remain in his run. He'll go to the double jump, get some nice air onto the pod. It clips him up onto the nose, and now he's in trouble like Metal Militia. And I don't think he'll be able to pull this one out. He's going to try into some sidewalls. It's not going to work for him on his lid. And just about 15 seconds remain, and not filling the clock is going to be a big negative in terms of trying to beat BigFoot and Anthony has a score of a 23, but this run did have some moments. We'll take a look at some of the replays. Here's that nice air over the double, lands it nicely and goes back on the tailgate, misses the metal.
See, yeah, nice little slaply there. Kind of goes over, I think it's a concrete section there, and we're not really sure what that is. Kind of looks like an upside-down curb, if you will. But right here, he kind of cross-threaded the pod section, got up on two wheels, it immediately put him over on the other side. He just kind of gunned it, and luckily, you know, the front tires gripped and pulled him right out of that.
He went over some crushed cars there. A nice move after that save. Sometimes you have to abort what you were going to do, but with that save, he was able to go straight to the next obstacle right here, though, as he lands. He tries to pull into wheelie, hits the pod, it noses down just like we saw with Metal Militia. Unfortunately for Evan, that truck doesn't grip like it did for Brennan, and this truck goes for some tumbles. He tried to get into some sidewalls, but I don't think it had the momentum or the grip to make it work. As it's bouncing off the ground, it was never going to work for him, and it lands on its roof. We'll see what the scores are. A 17, so obviously not filling the clock. Hurts Evan's score here in the Air Force Afterburner. He's going to have to hope that some others falter in this freestyle so he can try and gain some points on 8th place in points. Next out, El Toro Loco and Mathis Wells. We'll see what he can do. His El Toro Loco companions have done pretty well so far this week with Jay Rando, and we have Conrad Evans also doing well in the two other series. We'll see if Mathis Wells can continue that El Toro Loco momentum.
We'll have to see what he can do with his second hit of the runs. A nice little air off that pod section there. Goes down that little slope there. Going to pull into a nice slap wheel there and combo it up with hitting this crush car there. A little careful over that one. Like if it happens with what happened with the other crush car, you never know what could come out of that.
And I mean, we've mentioned it, but El Toro Loco and crush cars does not go well. So Matheus Wells may want to try and stay away from the crush cars. He even almost got caught up on one out in Houston. He was able to get off it, but better than his teammate Jay Randall was able to do, where he got stuck and then caught on fire. So Matheus Wells doesn't want that to happen here. He's already halfway through his run. It's been decent so far, but needs to pick it up, I think, if he wants to beat the BigFoot truck.
Yeah, so far he's been pretty good there. Some nice air after that. Tried to get into a slap wheelie, but the back tires did not grip. I mean, I'm still looking for something that makes his run different from everyone else here. Have to see what he can pull. Some nice air off the single jump there. If he's going to pull it into a slap wheelie, yes, he does.
And it looks like he's going to go over the double jump with that wheelie. It noses down. A nice move there. Oh, but he's in trouble. Onto its roof, and I don't think it's going to come back around. And once again, an early exit, just like we saw with Evan Hunter, about 15 seconds remaining, and you have to fill the clock to win freestyle, and Matheus Wells is not going to fill the clock, as right here is that nice wheelie there at the end. It looked like it was going to be a nice move, but just something happened as he came off that double jump.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, maybe his one tire grip more than the other, kind of turned him and just kind of gunned it to see what would happen best, then kicked the back tires up, and then, you know, the truck just didn't like that very much and sent him over. I mean, he might have had a chance to save it, but it didn't look like there was enough momentum to get, you know, the truck back up onto those other two tires.
It's a score of a 16 for Matheus Wells in the El Toro Loco. That right now puts him in last place, just 1 point behind Air Force, Afterburner, and Evan Hunter. So tough break for those two last trucks out. As next out, it is Monster Energy and Riley Spurley. Can he try and dethrone the first truck out? BigFoot, Anthony still holds it. He was the first truck out. See if Monster Energy can do anything. And once again, a slap wheelie for Riley.
Nice little combination move over the single jump there, and to a, I guess you could consider that a little bit of a sky wheelie there. So nicely done by him for his first hit. Now he's going to get some nice air over top of that pod section there. Combo straight up into that double jump again. So two hits, two combination moves so far for Monster Energy here. We'll see if he can continue that momentum.
And you know what that first reminded me of was his teammate Brett Sierra in the Central over in Minneapolis. We know how that ended. The stadium was cheering down boos. So hopefully that doesn't happen here.
Can you cheer down a boo? Is that possible?
I mean, it just depends, you know. It was a very loud chant of boos, but Riley Spurley hoping that he can, if he's going to have a good enough run, that he takes the lead, unlike what we saw with Brett Sierra out in Minneapolis. It's been so far been a solid run, and he's starting to get a little crazy now on his roof. Oh, no. Oh, wait.
Boy, he did it.
I think
that was
that's
amazing.
Just like what we saw with Metal Militia right there. Now they've shut him down, it looks like, right here with 25 seconds left, and I don't have doubts that they'll let him refire here.
I mean, yep, they are going to let him refire. I was going to say, I don't think there was too much damage with that truck. I mean, if anything, it just kind of rolled on the body itself. So we'll have to see what Riley's going to be able to do with these final 20 seconds. He's going to get a nice backflip off of that.
No.
Oh, no.
And he's not going to be able to pull this one out. And about 10 seconds remaining, not filling the clock. It was a solid run. It had that save. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to dethrone Anthony Hernandez in the BigFoot. We'll take a look at some replays. Here's that save over the pod. Once again, the pod tripping people up.
I mean, it's such a weird object, especially if you're already wonky heading into it here. But you can see him. He just kind of gunned it. It over-rotated itself. And then right here, he just hoped for the best. That one tire gripped again and pulled his truck around here. So I'm assuming when they are at him, it was just to make sure, you know, everything on the truck was okay.
Yeah, they probably wanted to make sure suspension parts and everything were okay with that tire gripping right there. And then here's that backflip gone wrong as he lands on the nose. And maybe if he kept in the gas, it would have gone into a consecutive. He could try to do that, but it ends up on its roof for Riley Spurley in the Monster Energy. The scores are a 19, so that'll put him right now into 4th place in the running order. Definitely not what Riley wanted out of this day here in Tacoma. And next out, Cody Anderson in the BroDozer, starting out fast and actually may have tapped the wall right there.
That's all right. Just give him a little love tap there to start off his run. Some nice air over that little car stack there. So good way to start out his run after, you know, tapping the wall there.
You know what Brennan did in Metal Militia? He kind of just made it so that people can't go in that one area where that car is, because now they're fearing that, you know, what if that happens to me in the middle of my run, not at the end of my run. So at that point, you have to abandon going near that well, it's not really a car anymore. It's more like just a piece of metal over there just sitting.
Yeah, I'm surprised the construction crew hasn't taken that off the track yet, but, you know, maybe they know something that we don't. But so far here, BroDozer has kept himself away from it, and he's putting together a solid run here. Some nice air of that double jump. He's going to go, just stuffed the bottom of the chassis on top of that single jump there. That was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, I have to hope everything is okay with that truck. Nice air over the pod. Pulls it into a little bit wheelie down the end of the pod. He'll go and combo it up, but he's in trouble as he lands. He's now on his nose. Can he save it? I don't think so. He's going to impact the wall hard. And that's going to be it for Cody Anderson very early in the run. Just over 20 seconds remaining. And that's going to be another poor performance for this BroDozer truck.
I mean, it was just one of those situations there where, where you caught up here. I mean, he definitely had the chance to save it. As we see from this replay here, he had a nice, wheelie coming off the pod section there. One wheel wheelie is going to transfer it over to the other. Just kind of gunned it into that double jump there. Then I think right here,
there,
if he just let the truck go, I mean, I'm pretty positive the thing was going to roll back over, but, I'm pretty sure he had it on the gas right there, and it just kind of, kept him upside down.
Once they hit the wall, obviously they will RI and score of a 15. So that is right now the lowest score of the competition. Not what Cody Anderson wanted here in the BroDozer. In the third event, definitely struggling in points. This is only going to hurt that notion. Titans to Manozga next out, straight to the pod for his first hit. Some nice air, a little bit crooked, but lands it beautifully.
But these drivers have to start thinking, what they got to do to take down, your leader of BigFoot here, especially after the run Metal Militia put up. We thought it was all going to take the lead, but, it surprisingly didn't. So, these judges are pretty strict here at this event in Tacoma, so we'll have to see what everyone's going to be able to do. But I think this is a first scored Cyclones.
He has some nice Cyclones there for the Titan truck, and down at the other end of the stadium, the farthest away you will get from the camera is down there. And he did some Cyclones down there and pulls him to a nice sky wheelie, just how BigFoot ended the run, and gets out of that nicely and will combo it up. But that jump's also been tripping a lot of people up because it's right off of where the pod is, and right there he actually got into the wall pretty hard.
It's all right. Just some more love taps, making sure they're all put in correctly there. Some cross-threading over that car stack there. He's going to combo out straight into the pod section there. Nice little sky wheelie over top of that so far. With 30 seconds remaining here, I think we're going to see some big air. He's going to go for the single jump. Oh, there's some big air right there off that single jump.
He'll combo it into the double jump. Getting a little in trouble, but we'll put it back down to all fours. Maybe not.
Uh-oh.
He's going over on the turn.
Uh-oh. That's not what he wanted to do at all, especially with about 20 seconds remaining there. I think he tried to turn with too much speed, and it just kind of caught the truck up and it just tipped it over.
Yeah, I don't know if the truck was settled yet from what was happening right here. As you saw, he was able to put this down, but I don't know if it was necessarily settled by the time he made the turn right there. It's still bouncing. Yeah, and it just tips over right there. He tried to gun it to save it. It was just never going to work out for the Titan truck, and the score obviously not going to be very high. It's a 16 once again, so that BigFoot run still looking pretty good in the judges' eyes. Can anyone try and top it? As next out, Bad Company Nathan Stapleton flies out onto the course. He's wanting to try and top that BigFoot run.
I think the biggest thing to try to take the lead here is that you got to be able to complete the clock. I think it's been a couple trucks since we had the last one, who has gone through the entire time there. So I think that's the number one key to taking this lead, as Stapleton's going to get some nice air off that single jump there to start off his run and combo it up into that double stack and then into the other crush car there.
Hey, you mentioned filling the clock. The first 3 trucks went out and filled the clock. Since then, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks not fill the clock. And this might be another one. It's not going to be a great save right there for Nathan Stapleton, and combos it into the single jump and still getting crooked.
That's 2 hits in a row where you put it right onto his nose there, so I would consider that a unique move for him. Maybe he did it on purpose.
Nice air again, but in trouble again onto the side, but pulls it back again. So some great saves by Nathan Stapleton here in the Bad Company. If he can keep this going, he has a shot to take the lead from BigFoot and Anthony Hernandez.
I think that's 3 hits with 3 weird bounces off of it. Maybe even 4 here, depending how that goes. But no, that one went pretty smoothly there. So if he can continue this throughout his run, I think we're going to have a challenger for the lead here, as he's going to go over the pod section there, try to get it into a slappily there. But it looks like the truck slipped out from underneath it, so he's going to get some donuts put into place.
And maybe he's trying to fix that curse of not filling the clock, which we've seen the last few trucks do. Handful of trucks, about 5 trucks have not filled the clock. He's in trouble again, but pulls it back out. That crush car was gone, and once again, a nice hit off of the racing lane.
He's going to the garages.
Yeah, he went too far in. He's going to have to back it up. 10 seconds left. What can he do to end out this run?
It's going to be about 1 hit left. He's going to go off the pod section. They're going to fly it into the double upside down. He's going to put it back on the... No, he's not going to put it back on the all fours. He's going to end it onto his lid there. What a way to end out his run.
Well, a lot of people say run it until it doesn't anymore. And I think that's what Nathan Stapleton just did here in the bad company. That is definitely going to challenge Bigfoot and Anthony Hernandez, if not take the lead away.
I think this is hit one of 3 awkward hits in a row here. He lands it on all 4 tires, but it just kicks him over. He just kind of stamps on the gas there, and he pulled it right back out.
Very lucky that wheel didn't break off right there.
I think these wheels are built different from Easton, Central, with a bunch of all those wheel brakes here. And then right here, another save into a little bit of a endo, I guess you would consider that.
Then the very next hit, this happens. I mean, nice air.
Nice air. And then he's going to hit it. And it's going to put him up onto his side again.
And just slaps off the side.
Again, that was lucky the wheel didn't break off.
I mean, they've built that bad company truck very, very well. And here's this final hit. Once again, no wheels broken off with all these hits. And look at just how this truck flips over here at the end.
I think he has his eyes closed at this point. He's just hoping until it stops, going, though. So we'll have to see if this can take the lead or not.
We'll see as the scores are coming in. It's a 22 again. So it's still Bigfoot on top. That's going to tie for second, but still, Anthony Hernandez in the hot seat in Tacoma. Can the only female in this Monster Jam series, Laura Chung and Black Pearl, try and beat that score?
I'm starting to get a little bit more and more confused here on what's going to be able to beat Bigfoot. Nothing against, Bigfoot and the driver, but, I mean, some of these runs just had, hitting all the factors here. Laura Chung is already upside down off the crush cars. It's going to park it on top of the wall there.
Get your photo. You got some time to get your photo.
Are they going to allow her to restart? I mean, I wouldn't imagine why they wouldn't allow her to restart, just slowly drive off the wall there, but we're going to have to see what they're thinking.
Yep, there they go.
Yep, there she goes.
So, 20 seconds filled, 70 remaining. Laura Chung's back at in the Black Pearl. An interesting start to the run, but that's some momentum down her side. Some nice air over the pod.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to go in her favor, but luckily it did. Well, with that big save out of the way, do you think she has anything to lose now? She's going to go.
No.
She's upside down again.
Whoa!
She saved it again. It looks like she hesitated there for a second. She didn't know if she wanted to save it or not, but she finally decided that she was going to hit the gas and put it back on the all fours. So far, in the first half of this run, we had 2 huge saves.
I think that last save is don't turn that she almost did what Titan did right there. But with that second save, I think she was trying to maybe let gravity do the work. But when she realized it wasn't gonna, she gunned the gases. That's some huge air. And a wheel breaks off.
Oh no, that's not what she wanted to see at all. With 20 seconds remaining here, with the back wheel to break off out of everything, we have to see what she does. She's gonna hit her tire again out of anger, most likely. Saved it again after an endo, but with 8 seconds remaining, she's gonna go for a backflip
with 3 wheels, and she completes
it. She did the 3-wheel backflip.
Oh no, and it's gonna end on its side, or maybe not. Hey!
She saved it.
Well, that's definitely a run that I would put it on top of any run that's gone so far.
There's no question about it. I mean, right here, she got caught up on the crush cars there, which I think that's the first truck we've seen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it just, luckily for her, it didn't bounce back off the wall there, and she just kind of like parked there, a little bit of photo shoot, making sure everything's all right, and then she's just kind of, that kind of looks like Tom Mentz, if you remembered when he did that.
We're actually going to the stadium he did that at Anaheim in just a little bit, so... I mean, maybe someone can try and replicate it there as well, but right here, this save, it almost came back over. Then she had to hit the gas to do the rest of the work.
I don't think she could have waited any longer to hit the gas than she did right there. But again, I mean, amazing save by her here. And then this nice little air off that single jump as well for a little combination move. And then look at this air. That's enormous.
Huge air off the pod, but snaps the wheel off on the landing, knuckle and everything coming off. And in my opinion, I would put that on top of any run that has happened so far tonight. I think that was the best run so far of the night, especially with this ender right here, a 3-wheel backflip.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Some people can't even do it on 4 wheels. She did it on 3.
But, I mean, she did it perfectly.
And it ends up on its side, and then it somehow comes back over after the truck, I guess, was shut off. And the score's at 28, so there it is.
Ooh.
Laura Chung is on the hot seat, and by a wide margin, 5 points up on Anthony Hernandez. And with 4 trucks left, there's only 2 points to work with. Can Jake Galway get one of those 2 points in Son of a Digger to try and to try and keep the momentum going from Houston?
From this point on, these rest of these trucks just have to be, picture perfect. And making sure they can do everything. Because already first hit, he's upside down, but pulls it out, didn't even touch the body. So what a way to start off the run for Jake. Maybe not how he wanted to, but I mean, if this continues, he's definitely going to be a challenger.
Talk about picture perfect. I mean, no one wants to start the run like that, but if you can save it, that's picture perfect. And Jake Gowie's going to look to continue that momentum and actually turn it to some cyclones here for the fans. He's going crazy here, actually. Oh, no!
Uh-oh. Is he going to be able to pull it back out?
What is that? Oh, my
goodness! He did it! Where'd the hood go? What?
The hood is flown off the truck, and I think he might be a little dizzy right now, huh? I don't know if he knows where he is. Looks like he's still going. 40 seconds left in this run, and he now has a shot to challenge Laura Chung and the Black Pearl for the hot seat.
Watching him do that. Uh-oh. Watch out for the single jump there. Oh, no. Another wheel. As soon as I was saying, they built these wheels a lot tougher than East and Central. 2
straight trucks have broken off wheels since you said that. I mean, what are the odds?
I mean, it is like me to jinx, people, so we're not surprised by this. But look at this first hit here. He nails it. I thought he was going to get a nice slap wheelie out of it, but the truck just decided to turn. And like I said, he didn't even touch the body there.
Very lucky the wheel didn't break off there. Unfortunately, broke off later in the run, but right here, look at this. I mean, what do you call this move? I guess some sidewall donuts?
I mean, I don't. He's not even turning the wheel. Yeah. The wheel's flat on the ground, and then that hood just said adios. He put it right back down on all 4 wheels.
Some smoke actually came out of the truck there. I think it was under some stress for sure after being outside and upside down for that long. And right here where the wheel breaks off, and it's the single jump again.
The single jumps always. I'm telling you, we got to remove those next season. They're just a trouble. They're trouble.
Lands down on his wheel that's broken off.
Lands on the wheel.
Scores a 19 for Jake Gowie. So even though he didn't really come close to filling the clock, that was still a very, very good score. I think that showed that if he could have filled the 90 seconds, he would have had a shot to take the lead. But next out, obsessed Zach Antazana goes straight to the pod. Huge air to kick off the 90 seconds.
We're going to see what he can do. Just watch Jake Galloway's run. Even though he didn't fill up the time, he still had a good-looking run here. So, as I said, picture perfect for these last few trucks here so far. He's had some great momentum at the moment. Going to almost kick it up on 2 wheels there, trying to turn it before the truck was slowed down enough. But some nice air skywheelie off that pod section there. So, we'll have to see what he can do.
A little bit of an awkward landing there on that pod. He'll go to the crush cars. That's what bit Black Pearl Nora Chung. He gets over it pretty well and still has lots of time left to continue on in this quest to try and get into the freestyle lead. Nice air off the double jump. He'll put a little bit of a wheelie there, but puts it back down. You knew that concrete was coming up. You didn't want to hit it. He has half the run now left in the obsessed truck.
We'll have to see what he's going to do now. Some nice air off that pod section there. He's going to combo the wheelie up into the car there. It looks like there's concrete sticking out of that other car over there too, so they might have to start being careful around that. But so far with 30 seconds remaining here, he's had a solid run on his side now.
Nice save.
Back out. I was going to say, might need a wow factor in his run, but I think he just did it there.
Yeah, I think he maybe read your mind a little bit right there and went for it. But 15 seconds left. What can he do to end of the run? It looks like he's going to the single ramp for this hit with about 10 seconds left.
He's going to get his slap wheelie out of this. Is he going to
my goodness!
Smack it right into the backflip ramp. What was that move? That was the tightest corkscrew I've ever seen.
And time expires, and I think that maybe that truck was not going to run any longer. That chassis has to be destroyed. He probably doesn't know what just happened. I mean,
I don't even know what just happened.
Now, was that enough to challenge Black Pearl and Laura Chung?
I mean, it definitely might be, but I think Laura had a couple more wow factors, and some unique moments there to take the lead. So definitely at least a second place run for Obsessed here, but look at this last move here. Just gunned it.
Yeah, this was definitely unique.
Look at the body shake. And then right here, he just... I don't even know how he just did that. I don't even know.
I think he just kept his foot in the gas and hoped for the best. I mean, never know. And the score, a 27. So just like you said, very close, but 1 point short. And now 2 trucks left. And the man who has finished runner-up for 2 weeks straight and wants to be known as the winner, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Blue Thunder, is next out here in freestyle.
I don't think there's anyone angrier, however he says it, more than Zachary Fitzwater after last week's run there in the scoring placements, and I totally understand. So we're gonna have to see what he's gonna be able to pull out here tonight. Already though, looks like he has one thing on his mind, and that's to try to get as close as to fill in the clock as he can.
And some nice air there for the Blue Thunder truck. He wants to be known as the bride, not the bridesmaid in this event. We'll see if he can get it done. 2 straight weeks of runner-ups. Is this the one where he does it? He's had a nice momentum here in this run, some nice air. If he can fill this clock, he might have a shot if he gets some wow factors in.
He better hope the judges can see him there. His truck blends in almost perfectly with the...
Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
It's going to blend in pretty well now, huh?
Oh, that's not what he wanted to do at all with 38 seconds remaining.
And that is way too early to even have a shot at this freestyle win. So Fitzwater might have to worry about second place this time because it's not going to be anywhere near that for sure. So here's that final hit, just an awkward hit, and he's going for a wild ride right here over the racing lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he tried to hit that double jump like at the side there, but he was hoping for the best, but it caught him and then, I mean, ended up perfectly right upside down with the truck rocking back and forth. He cannot be happy right now.
It's going to be a 12. So that is right now last place for Fitzwater and the Blue Thunder. And only one truck remains. Houston winner, Gravedigger, Colin Teague. Can he repeat that magic he had at the NRG Stadium? And can he do it here in the Tacoma Dome? Looks like he's lining up for a major hit for this first one.
I'm thinking every Gravedigger now just starts off their run by lining up for a big hit. He's going to line all the way back to the garages there. He's all the way off the track.
Oh, he gunned it. Look at this. He's going out with a mission. That's
some huge air. It's a big leap.
Yeah, that almost went across the whole stadium floor. As you can tell, Colin Teague is on attack right now with that momentum and confidence boost he has from Houston after the bad result in the first event in El Paso. He is gunning that truck. He's barely let off the gas so far.
I think he actually lined himself up there for the backflip ramp and changed his mind mid-second there. He's going to cross-thread the pod section there. A huge air off that. I think that's the highest we've seen off that pod section tonight. He is on a mission.
He's going to go back to the pod the normal way. Nice air off it. Nice launch, but in trouble now. Oh, no. Can he pull it out?
Uh-oh.
No.
The ramp might hurt him.
Oh,
the ramp hurt him.
Uh-oh. And that, I think I can say with confidence that Laura Chung has just won freestyle in the Black Pearl. That might even be a last place run for Colin Teague. We'll take a look at some of the replays. This run definitely had a lot early on, but over too soon. But that's the Gravedigger way. You go big or you go home. And for Colin Teague, been for the second week of 3.
I mean, he had great momentum to start off his run there, but that ramp there when he went to go save it just got in his way here, right here. Almost kind of did like what most of these drivers were trying to do and get that forward momentum backflip there. And then right here, you know, he gunned it, had the right mindset, but that ramp there just did not help him out at all.
Yeah, the backflip ramp, nothing worked in his favor. And for Colin Teague, it's going to be a bad day. See what the scores are to 10. He'll go out first next week, but Black Pearl Laura Chung, she'll go out last. She's won freestyle with Obsessed, BigFoot, Metal Militia. Definitely some controversy with the Metal Militia run. All the other ones, though, scored pretty well here in Tacoma.
Yeah, I know I might not be happy with some of the judges' run, but I definitely think Black Pearl deserved that victory here. What an amazing run by her. We'll have to see what these drivers are going to be able to do next week here, see if they can revenge themselves.
And we'll see what the points look like after this shake-up, with Fitzwater being the points leader coming in with 2 straight seconds, now gets 13th. Colin Teague's going to go out first next week in Gravedigger. That's going to be interesting, but look how close the points are. Black Pearl leads, but only has 15 points over 8th place. That means she could fall outside the World Finals next week if she has a bad enough run. Metal Militia, Blue Thunder right now tied. Obsessed, BigFoot, Gravedigger, Bad Company, and Monster Energy all in. 2 points out for Jester. Titan also below with Son of a Digger, BroDozer, El Toro Loco, and Air Force Afterburner. That's it for Week 3 of BeamNG Monster Jam. Week 4 is next. We'll see you guys then.